Take his example of having a beautiful devotion to the Eucharist, while at the same time having a passion for working on and with his computer. I mean, even at that, he was ahead of his time because he started cataloging Eucharistic miracles on a website that is still active to this day. Man, when I tell you that there's so much to the faith, people kind of look at me crazy, but I tell them, hey, listen, I'm praying for you so that you could be open to the faith also. Obviously, I don't give up on them, but sometimes people are just too stubborn. I'm just saying. What's up, familia? So today we will talk about an event that took place last week. But before we get started, if this is your first time here on the channel, welcome. This is Earthly Links, and don't let the name fool you. We speak a lot about the faith and the church here on this channel. So if you're interested in seeing more content such as this, consider subscribing down below and hitting that bell icon so you can be notified when we upload new content. Today's gospel inspiration comes to us from the Gospel of Luke chapter 10 verses 41 to 42. The Lord said to her in reply, Martha, Martha, you are anxious and worried about many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen the better part, and it will not be taken from her. So last week we had some major announcements regarding Carlo Acutis. Now, if you don't know who Carlo Acutis is, I will link the video below so you can get to know Carlo Acutis a bit more. He was an Italian Roman Catholic teenager born in London, England on May 3, 1991, and was actually very well known for documenting Eucharistic miracles around the entire world. So just last week in Assisi, Italy, where Carlo Acutis was laid to rest, his remains were opened and shown for display. And you ask why? Well, this is for his upcoming beatification, which will be happening on October 10th. Now, obviously, the church recognizes the lives of many people whom have lived heroic, saintly, holy lives. But his beatification is and feels different, well, at least for me. But a little bit on that later. Now, if you have not watched the video of the showing of the remains of Carlo Acutis from last week, I will post the video down below. And if you are obviously weirded out by this event or what I'm talking about, and you don't want to see the video, then that's fine. You don't need to watch it. But I'm going to recap. The side cover of the tomb of Carlo Acutis was removed for veneration. People were expecting a decayed body. After all, he did pass away almost 14 years ago. But to the surprise of many and yours truly, we were presented with the almost intact body of Carlo Acutis. It was striking for me when I first saw the video, and I'll be honest, I thought this was unreal, and I was wondering, I was like, wait, when was it that he died? So obviously the first thought that came to my mind was that his body was incorrupt, meaning it was still preserved even though he had passed so many years ago. Now to the question of his body being incorrupt, well, his body wasn't found incorrupt. Here's the quote from the CNA article, which I will link down below also so you can go and read it when you have a chance. Quote, his body was discovered to be fully integral, not intact, but integral, having all its organs. Work was done on his face, end quote. So you can say that it was a letdown for me because I was really praying to see an incorrupt body in 2020. Over the years, people have considered this as a sign from God that this person was a saint. However, this is not an actual requirement of the church to consider people saints. Now, my personal thoughts on this whole moment. 2020 has seriously been a year for the history books, and if you have diaries or a place to write down your thoughts, I really think you should write down your experiences during this year. This is a year you will remember for a long time. So let's consider this. Even if the body of Carlo Acutis was found to be corrupt, his life should still serve as an example for all of us in this time and place. And the biggest takeaway of his life is that even in 2020, sainthood is attainable. Yes, even in this crazy 2020. One of the other quotes that stood out to me was the quote from the rector of the church, which was, quote, "For the first time in history, we will see a saint dressed in jeans, sneakers, and a sweater," end quote. Too many times I hear the excuse that in today's world, sainthood is not attainable, or that the saints were people who lived back in the day. I swear they have forgotten St. Padre Pio, St. Teresa of Calcutta, or St. JP2. I mean, they were around not too long ago. I'm just saying. Again, take his example of having a beautiful devotion to the Eucharist, while at the same time having a passion for working on and with his computer. I mean, even at that, he was ahead of his time, because he started cataloging Eucharistic miracles on a website that is still active to this day. I'm gonna link that down below too. He did this back in 2005, right in the early stages of Facebook, not to mention way before IG or Twitter or any of the social media platforms we have today. You see, his love for Christ compelled them to start doing things differently, to bring the faith to others, and it bothers me so much when I see that people disregard this part. Like I said, I pray for them, right? I pray for them. But if we all did a little bit just to share or live the faith, I think a lot of things would be different. I mean, here is a thought. Was there a website that cataloged Eucharistic miracles prior to him doing this work? Maybe, maybe not. But the point is that this did not stop him from trying and doing something different. Consider this also, he was also living with leukemia around that time, and obviously bring down anybody, but he took this and said, let's go to work. Familia, our efforts are not wasted, and yes, sainthood is attainable. I thought about that one time when I was talking to my good buddy, and he mentioned how if he was ever to be recognized as a saint, not as a matter of pride, right, but as a goal, and if they ever made a statue of him, he would want to be shown with his cap, his Timberland boots, and his jean jacket. And I thought about that, and I said, that's not a bad thought. He lived in our time. Family, sainthood is attainable, and anyone who has told you otherwise has never heard of the life of Carlo Akuti. Last week's question was, describe your week in 2 words. Well, not a question, but you get the point. Here are some of your responses. Blessed and trusting, tired and blessed, tired and peace, tired and blessed, LOL, blessed, trusting, trusting and surrendered, growth and opportunity. I love that last one. I love all the responses. What am I talking about? I love all the responses, because I'm gonna tell y'all something, I am pretty tired. Thank you all for responding. Question of the week: how often should you pray? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Check out again the brother Libertas Alive. The link for the website and his IG page are down in the description down below. I said that twice. Down below. Month of prayer. Every moment is a good moment to pray, so keep praying. Stay blessed. God bless. Another great week. Thank you again. The support means so much. Check out these videos from the channel and hit the subscribe button here to stay up to date with all the new content. Stay safe, and I will see you all in the next video.